Hi, and welcome to the At Home Film Festival. I am Kevin Thomas. With the election primaries happening in some states already and coming soon to others, I thought this week we'd take a look at movies involving fictitious presidents. This will be an exciting show because I go way back in history and have some semi-modern ones too. And I cover romance, horror, and comedy all in these presidential films. Sounds like fun? Let's go take a look now. Our first movie is In the Line of Fire, which you could find on AMC Plus or for a few dollars on Amazon Prime. This has Clint Eastwood as a security agent who's covering the president. The trouble is, the last president that he covered was killed. So he's got to make up for things. And of course, John Malkovich comes out of the woodwork as a villain, which actually got him not only an Oscar nomination, but a lot more attention for his acting. Because up until this film, John Malkovich usually played more sweet, nice, and friend characters. But here he is very menacing. And this movie is directed by Wolfgang Petersen, who I've always loved since Das Boot. And I didn't realize till doing this show that he actually did 2 movies with the presidents. Besides this one, let's take a look at the next one, shall we? Another Wolfgang Petersen movie on this list is Air Force One with Harrison Ford as the hunky president. By the way, you can find this for a few dollars on Amazon Prime. So here he is aboard Air Force One, and awful, mean, villainous Gary Oldman's also on the plane, and he helps maneuver a coup where they keep the president captive and in prison while on the plane. So while on the ground, we have to have Glenn Close as vice president making all these decisions. There's so much action that happens in the plane. For some reason, I love movies on planes. I don't know what it is about me, but so that adds a thrill level for me, but it's really fun and good and wonderful. And I actually want to watch it again with you. So let's do it, okay? If we want to add a little comedy to our presidential movies, let's watch Dick, which you could buy and own for $4.99 on Amazon Prime. This is a very early film with Michelle Williams and Kristen Dunst as 2 high school students who visit the White House, and then they get separated and end up learning all these Watergate secrets. Here they are in one of the biggest political situations of all time, and they're just 2 teens stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time, which is super funny. Love this movie. And I also love seeing them again because they both have grown into great adult actresses, and here they are showing their talent at a very early age. So kudos to them. And being president of the United States is not the only presidency that people strive for. Here we have Reese Witherspoon in the movie Election running for student body president. And by the way, you could catch this on Max right now. Now, the funny thing is she's super popular. She's very smart. She's definitely presidential material, not just for high school, but for life. But for some reason, teacher Matthew Broderick can't stand her, so he even enlists some doofus that's popular on the sports team to run against her because he does not want her to win. This is super well written because it's from Alexander Payne, who's won Oscars like for Sideways and is also up this year for The Holdovers. Very funny, and also a good acting job from a younger Reese Witherspoon who we've grown up with as well. So you don't just need to be president of the United States, you could be president of high school or the Glee Club or the Screen Actors Guild, whatever. The president takes a little romantic but comedic twist in Dave, with Kevin Kline not only playing the president, by the way, you can find it on Amazon for a few dollars, but he plays his look-alike. So he also helps the president a lot, who goes undercover and doesn't want to be seen. He kind of represents him in public, but something happens to the president. So guess what? They need to make Kevin Kline pretend to be the president for more than just shows, but to make decisions. People are always whispering in his ear what to say, and at some point he decides, you know what? I'm a smart man. I can make these decisions on my own. Because I'm the president. Well, does Sigourney Weaver find out the truth? We will have to find out by watching this movie. Very funny. I like the little twist with the double. It added a little freshness to this traditional romantic comedy. But you tell me what you think in comments below, okay? Also listed under romantic comedies about presidents is The American President, which you can get for a few dollars on Prime. This time around, we've got Michael Douglas, who is a widowed president, so everyone's rooting for him to find somebody. But he doesn't want to be pushed into a relationship, but then he meets Annette Bening, who actually is a lobbyist, doesn't always agree with him, but we all know how romantic comedies are. Opposites attract, people that bicker and fight often fall in love. So that part isn't a surprise, but it is a great cast, well written. It will tug at your heartstrings a bit, but also make you laugh. So that's a president that I'm going to vote for. I saved the best president for last, or the worst. President Evil is fictitious, but it has kind of an orange-skinned looking president who is killing Muslims, Mexicans, and transgender people because, of course, they are not true Americans, because he wants to make America great again. I'm not naming names. This movie is on Tubi. It's also on the Roku channel. It is a very funny spoof. It just cracked me up. I just can't stop loving this film. Oh my gosh, where's that orange face? Let's wait for it. It's got to be here in a second. Come on, orange. Oh, there it is. Watch President Evil if you dare. Well, that's our show of the week. I hope you share, comment, and subscribe. I had so many other political movies. I narrowed it down to presidents, but there's so many great ones like this one here, which is a classic, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. But since he's not the president, and the president really has a very small role in this movie, I had to make a cut, and it was this film, so I'm just teasing you with it at the end. I look forward to seeing you next week with a whole new show. I would love suggestions on shows you want, so let me know. Until then, enjoy times at the movies and remember to vote. It will make a difference.